Welcome back to Rocky Mountain Gardens. My name is Mary, and I would love for you to join me today and my friend Jaime from Border Bananas for Flipping Friday. Come on with me and see the two projects that we'll be completing today. Guys, Flipping Friday is hosted by Jaime once a month, and it's usually the third Friday of the month. And I am so excited to participate each month. It's really one of my favorite videos to make for you. And by the way, there will be a playlist down below in my description box, just right below the video, as well as links to Jaime's two channels that she has. And I think you would enjoy stopping by and visiting her channels as well, because she does some amazing work. And you know, we all love saving money and thrifting items, and flipping items is the way we can do it. And actually, like I said, really save a lot of money. So let's see what I'm doing this Friday. Come along with me. I am so excited to try transforming this plain old oak bookcase that has kind of a light wood finish. You know, it was popular back in the 90s, and I really want to bring it up to date. Now, I use this bookcase in my small hallway that leads to my laundry room, and I just want to make it brighter and more interesting. So let's see what we can do with this today. I am doing some sanding on the inside areas of my bookcase because it was a little bit too slick for the stain to adhere to the surface and sort of get absorbed and sink in the way I wanted to. And this is the Poly Shades product by Minwax. And I am using the color called Mission Oak in a satin finish. What I really love about this Poly Shades product is that you do not have to put a sealer on top of it. It is both a stain and a sealer in one product. So it saves some time when you're working on a project like this. And I am just sort of slathering it on with a brush and then wiping it back with a soft cloth. I use a baby blanket. Does a great job and doesn't leave a lot of fuzzies or little pieces of cloth or hairs or anything on your finish. Next, I am moving on to painting the outside of the bookcase with this white chalk paint made by Waverly, and it is a great product. I simply adore it. And I don't know if you all have been out shopping lately and looking for this product at Walmart, but our Walmart here locally has completely stopped carrying it. However, I did find that it is on their website, and you can, order it online and then purchase it and have it delivered to your local store and pick it up, so that you do not have any charges for shipping, which is a good thing. So if you're looking for Waverly chalk paint products, try looking online and see if you can find the colors that you like. You might be able to tell here now that I am doing this bookcase in two tones, white on the outside and a darker stain, just a natural wood stain on the inside. After my first coat of chalk paint, I noticed this gap that is showing on the bottom shelf here of my bookcase. And so I am planning to fill that with this plastic wood that I got at Walmart. It is pink colored and dries white. That's when you know it's ready to sand. And I'm going to be filling this gap, letting it dry, and then doing a second coat of my chalk paint. Here's my bookcase after one coat. You can see that I do need a second coat on my chalk paint. And let's talk about a little trick that I have learned for second coats of chalk paint. I have placed some of my Waverly chalk paint in this bowl. As you can see, it is quite thick normally. And the trick that I mentioned is that your second coat can be watered down to make a little bit thinner and easier to apply, not quite as thick on your second coat. You save some on the amount of paint that you need to use by adding water. And as you can see, I have one of these little craft sticks to use for my stir stick, and I'm just going to pour in water, maybe about half and half. It does not have to be precise, but we'll stir it up here and get it mixed properly, and then we'll get to painting. And this way, as I said, you can save on the amount of paint that you need to use. And you know, chalk paint, especially some brands, can be rather expensive. So let's get this mixed up and start our painting. I am applying that second coat that we talked about, and it goes on quite fast, even though I'm painting slower than what you see here on the video. But my next step was to let that chalk paint dry thoroughly, and then I am giving a coat of Minwax polyacrylic, which is a very tough sealer for your chalk paint. Works well on, especially on surfaces that you're going to be putting things on, and you know, could easily get scratched or whatever. But I'm using a matte finish. It is clear and it stays clear, it doesn't turn yellow, which is a good thing, and is just perfect. This is the small hall that leads to my garage right there, and here is where I have placed my newly painted bookcase. And it is such a small one, but it does give me storage right here at my door. And you know, as I come in the house, I can set my purse up on top there, and I can store some of my books. I'll be filling it up with even more things soon, but it is really great here in this spot, and it does make this area look a little brighter. I like the combination of brown and white. Here's my next flip. This is a mirror that I thrifted. You may have seen it in my last thrift haul, and it's got fantastic details on it, this fluting on the side. I'm going to be painting it so that it fits better into my decor. So we're going to get started on this project now. I will be using this Waverly chalk paint. The color is called Elephant. It's kind of a dark gray color. And so this will be the first step in transforming my new mirror. I'm just using a small chip brush, and let's just get started. I taped off my mirror and put a sheet of wax paper just to cover the mirror and protect it from drips or any spills. And I am going ahead and painting over all of the details that you see on the mirror frame. The fluting and all is going to just be so pretty, and I think sort of will be able to stand out a little bit better. So I finished. I only needed to use one coat of this wonderful Waverly chalk paint, but I am now taking a small brush and using my pewter rub and buff to highlight all of these really nice details that you see on the mirror frame. And I'm just going to be taking my time and trying not to get the rub and buff on the wood frame itself, and that's why my big old head is in the way here, so that I can get around and make sure that I'm getting all these details covered quite well with the rub and buff. And these little sort of dots, raised dots that are on the top and the bottom part of this mirror frame are, I wanted to make them also be quite visible and stand out. So I added the rub and buff to that section as well. Here you can see that I've made little mistakes with the rub and buff, and I'm just going to come back after I buff this off. I'll come back and touch it up with the chalk paint that I used and make it look perfect. Here's my completed mirror. What do you think of the new color? I actually am very happy with how this turned out. Let me give you another close-up. The details turned out really well, I think. And I do think this mirror will look fantastic on my gallery wall. Now, as you can see, I haven't hung it yet, and that is because I'm getting ready for my Christmas decorations. And so there's not quite the space I need to change around that gallery to have it fit in and look the way I want it to. So after Christmas, I will show you how it looks and how I have rearranged all of my artwork and everything else on that gallery wall, and hopefully give you some ideas for making one in your own home. Thank you so much for stopping by for Flipping Friday today. And I wish you each a very blessed weekend with your friends, your family, your loved ones, and God bless. This is Mary saying bye for now.